Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and yeah, the start of a new Road to the Tier 10 series. I know I've not finished the other one yet, but I'm going to run this one alongside because, well, I've just got the grinding out to do on the Leopard now, on the Indian Panzer. So I've started going through the Swedish ones as well. Now, I've not bothered with Tier 1, and I thought I'd just start with Tier 2, which is the first of the TDs, which is the Pvlvv FM42, which is a bit of a mouthful, or well, I don't know, I want to call it the Pvlvv, but anyway, the FM42 will do, and this is my first game in it. Well, no, sorry, this is my first game in it on console. I have been through up to about Tier 3 or 4, not very far, just on the PC. So I have been in this before, but on PC, and personally I think it's a horrible little tank, a horrible little TD. It's got no armour at all, which is, you know, that's generally normal for the low tier TDs anyway. But also it just seems to have one of the worst tier 2 TD guns as well. It's got a decent rate of fire, but it has one of the worst aim times and accuracy, and one of the lower pens and damage to go with it as well, and that's when it's fully upgraded. Its first gun, which is this, is pretty horrible, and it's just a rapid fire sort of machine gun slash autocannon, whatever you want to call it. Very inaccurate, carries a lot of rounds, but very inaccurate and low pen, low damage sort of thing. So it's trying to get them to actually hit and pen that's the issue. You know, if you can get close enough, and that's the thing with it, you have to get close. You can't get close because it's got no armour. So yeah, not a very good start to the series, unfortunately. Had some very, very poor games in this. I only had 5, and then I'd got more than enough to get out of it. I think I needed 1100, and I had 1500 after 5. So I was just under after the 4th one, and then went way over with the last one. But I just thought I'd show a few of the games to see just to show you sort of how I got on with it, and not very well, like I say. This is fully upgraded now. After that first round I could fully upgrade it, and the first gun, like I say, does have a lot of sort of burst potential in a way, but you just have to get close to actually, take advantage of it, to be able to actually hit and pen. But you can't take any armour, like I said before. And fully upgraded, like I say, rate of fire is good. Pen and damage aren't too bad. They are on the lower side, like I said before, but it's also got quite a poor aim time and accuracy as well. And I've not bothered putting any equipment on it. It just seems like a waste for sort of, 5 games. So, and it's going to cost like 30 gold to take the equipment off, depending on what I put on it. It might be a bit less, but still, it just seems a waste of gold. So I didn't really bother. But it just, I mean, like I say, I've looked at the other TDs, and I've got on with some of the other low tier TDs, but with this one, it almost just feels like you're there to be fodder for anything with an autocannon or a howitzer. Anything with a howitzer hits you, you're dead, generally. Anything with an autocannon gets at you, and it's just bang, 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 dead. Like I say, some of the low tier TDs, they do have a bit more oomph to them. Not a lot, but it does make a difference between, you're killing something in 2 or 3 shots, or 4 or 5 shots, that sort of thing. But all in all, I mean, I don't know whether I'm just being a bit harsh on it or what, but yeah, I don't know. I think this is possibly one of the worst tier 2 TDs, personally. I think there are better ones. Got to wait for that aim time to die down. It's the aim time, I think, that's the killer, because most of the tier 2 TDs that have got guns with like I say, either higher pen or higher damage than this, and better accuracy on top of that, and they generally have better aiming times of like 1.7 seconds. Even 1.9 is still better than 2-second aiming time, but most of them do have like 1.7ish or around that sort of mark, so they do have a faster aim time, and I just think that needs a little tweak, just to make it a bit more competitive with the other tier 2 TDs, possibly. But yeah, that was sort of the average match. That was, having maybe a couple of shots penned, and that's about your lot. That one was 3. But I just thought I'd include that on the other 2 matches that I did. Like I say, I only did 5 in this, and the other 2, I think I got 1 shot in on one and died. And it might have been the same with the other one. 1, maybe 2 shots, and then just got annihilated by something. But this is the one that pushed me over. I only needed, it was, you know, I didn't want to use any free XP, and I think I only needed like about 50 odd XP or something daft for this one. Oh, that was the other round. It was on Pacific Island, and the whole team started at the north, and the whole team just ignored the sort of back of the mountain, and a Razanai, and I think it was one of the, it was a tier 3 Japanese one, came round, and you know, I didn't stand a chance. Now Liberty Falls, very, very low matchmaking though. The first round I had to wait nearly a full 3 minutes to actually get into a match. There don't seem to be many people in the lower tiers. I know I'm a bit late going through this because obviously they had that op running, you know, where you could get up to tier 10, but I explained why I wasn't playing it at the time. And it is the accuracy on this that's the killer. And the fact you've, I mean, I know a lot of the tier 2s are like this, where you've got to put in, you know, a few shots to actually, you know, take down the other tanks, and it's really at tier 3 where you start to see the heftier damage on the TDs with, you know, normally a sort of a lower 85 but a heftier damage, you know, 1-2 shots. There is some stuff that can, you know, one shot some of the tier 2s at tier 3 and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was just the accuracy on this, and the fact, I mean, I'm not particularly versed in sort of non-turreted TDs anyway. I'm practicing them. You know, I've got my T28 now, and you know, I've been through the T25 obviously and some of the others, but it's still something I need practice in, is non-turreted TDs, or TDs in general. About the only one I actually do any good in is the T30, I think. Right, back to this match, and it's getting along, but you can see it's just that accuracy that it's this sort of range is just not going where I want it to. Well, it is just not very often, although I didn't lead at that very well. And that one dropped, and that one went wildly high. That one went on target though, and again a bit high, a bit low. Can I get one more in? I can, and then somebody else finished him off. And I can't quite see Artie. There is another light tank, as you can see, just over on the right there. And he's now making a run for us. So yeah, that light tank's making a rush down this way. Or he's starting to, is he? Yeah, he is. And there's just him, Artie, and a TD left. The TD that I was shooting at but kept missing. And I'm not holding out much hope hitting this guy. This is not the most accurate, and he's moving quick. And in fact, I get frustrated with him because he swoops around. I try and hit him, and then he goes down after one of the other light tanks. And I keep hitting the guy's tracks, but it just doesn't seem to track him. It just doesn't seem to do enough damage to track the damn thing. That was poorly aimed. And I'm just trying to figure out which way he's coming. And he's not coming for us two TDs, because there's me and that other TD behind me, which I must admit I thought was unusual. And even there, yeah, just couldn't hit him. And I was just getting really irritated with the tank as well. Although I did manage to just clipped him then, hit his tracks, not enough to track him, and that one just went underneath him. The ones that do on target go on target are poorly aimed, and the ones that are well aimed just seem to miss and go somewhere else. And he's coming back again to go at that other light tank. And again, I hit his tracks, but again, nothing. No, didn't track him or anything else. Managed to game that time, and then the light tank took him out, and that was for the win. And that was the last game I played in it. That's why I've not bothered doing a garage bit with this one. There isn't much point. Just get through it. It's not very nice. I don't, you know, in my opinion, it's not a particularly nice TD. But there you go. That's it. That was that road to tier 10 through that tank. So the next one will be the tier 3, and I'll carry on with the Leopard as well. Probably Thursday. Not Leopard, Indian Panzer, or well, towards Leopard. Anyway, take care then. I'll catch you next time. See you later.